Welcome back, Eagles. Today we are going to review the Career Services Guide to Cover Letters. Before we begin, I just want to note our contact information on the header. We are in the second floor of Daly Hall. Should you find that you need more help or want your cover letter reviewed, you can make an appointment on Handshake. So today we're going to walk you through the cover letter basics, what it is, why we write one, how to do it, and helpful tips. So what is a cover letter? The cover letter is the first item that a prospective employer will read from you, often even before a resume. Your letter should immediately indicate what position you're applying for and then give information that demonstrates why you should be considered for the position. The purpose of a cover letter is to make you stand out from the rest of the applicants. Everyone's cover letter will be different according to their experiences, jobs, and goals. Oftentimes, people are hesitant to make more than one cover letter, but each cover letter should be tailored to a particular job or assignment to be most effective. Tailoring letters to match specific jobs and companies will help you stand out from the pack. A good reminder is that a cover letter should highlight points from your resume. You should concentrate on selling the main points to your prospective employer and remember that you don't need to put every single activity or skill in your cover letter. So, why do you need one? Employers use cover letters to get more information than what's provided on the resume, see who can do a job, read about your previous experience, see if you can write or communicate, and decide which applicant will be interviewed. So, the goal of your cover letter, like a resume, is to get an interview. Keeping this in mind, remember that it is a gateway to that process. As an applicant, you can talk more in the interview. Your life story does not need to be condensed into one letter. Your cover letter and resume should work together as a complete argument that persuades employers that you are a good match for the company and that you can do the job. It's an important way to showcase how your unique combination of skills and experience can meet the key requirements of the job description. It's your chance to show a clear link between your knowledge, experience, and abilities and the needs of the employer. It also allows potential employers to see your writing and communication style and can be a deciding factor in which applicants employers bring in for an interview. Now that we know what a cover letter is and why it's important, let's look at how to craft an effective cover letter. So, like the resume, the cover letter should be split into easily read sections. The cover letter usually contains a heading, an introduction, the body paragraphs, and a closing that wraps up the letter. So, for headings, you want to provide your contact information, the date you are writing, and the address of the company to which you are applying. For your contact information, you will want to include the following: your name, the address where you can be reached. Side note, if you live at college, it may be more accessible to include your local address. Make sure you add your phone number and email address and that your email address is professional. Then you will skip a line and write the full date in month, day, year format. Follow this by skipping another line and writing the contact information for the person to whom you are writing. You will need to add the name of a specific person, the title of that person, and the address of the company. Remember that you are providing information so that the employer can contact you, so make sure that you provide information that is current and you use an email that you check. The introduction of your cover letter should begin with a greeting to a specific person, followed by a statement of who you are and why you are writing, or why you are a good candidate. Many applicants will try to use "to whom it may concern" or other informal salutations. A cover letter will be more likely to get to the right place if it's written to a specific person. Applicants can find an addressee for the cover letter on company websites, in the job ad, or LinkedIn. If all else fails, it's fine to call the company to see if someone specific is handling the hiring. The next paragraph should illustrate these qualifications. Along with explaining your skills, you want to describe how your experience with that skill is unique. Many people may have communication skills, but have you won an award or scholarship for technical writing? Be specific and match this information to your resume. Here are some ideas about what might set you apart: special projects, explaining coursework that gives you a specific type of professional experience, awards, and showing that others have recognized the high quality of your work. Make sure to only include those awards that relate to the position you desire. And lastly, list any accomplishments that you may have. Demonstrate how you improved efficiency or productivity at work or school. Include what you did at school that proves your skills. Explain how you set a goal and reached it. These are all great ways to focus on the qualifications you mentioned in your introduction. A closing sums up your qualification and reveals what you plan to do after your readers have received your application packet. Some recommended tips for closing your cover letter include: close with a strong reminder of why you are a good match for the job position and the organization, request an interview in some way, provide contact information, thank them, then sign your name and print it underneath. So here we have a checklist. Here is a checklist that can serve as a helpful tool while writing your cover letter. This list is separated into the three main sections of the letter: the introduction, body paragraphs, and the closing. This is a useful document to reference as you write your letter because you can check off the boxes as you complete the points you want to make. Did you state the job title in your introduction? Did you use star stories in your body paragraphs? Did you include your contact information in the closing? With a checklist, it's a lot easier to keep track of all the key components. Click on the link in the description to download a copy of our checklist. So now we have some examples for you. Feel free to pause the video and read the sample provided. These are some tips on how to start your introduction. You can state the university you attended, your major, what position you're applying for, or mention where you heard about the job and the name of professor or other contact who has a positive connection with the company. This is also the place to bring up any previous conversations you've had with your reader, for example, at a job fair. Here's just a sample first body paragraph. Feel free to pause it. Same for the second. And then finally, a sample closing. So, some tips on letter language. It's important to create your cover letter in a way that employers will understand. Creating an effective cover letter means you will have to use language people outside a particular group can understand. For example, in the experience section of your resume or your cover letter, you will need to do some translating between military terms and civilian terms as seen on this slide. So, for example, the DSC system isn't something that most of us would know, so you would have to elaborate and say the distributed control system to convey what it was that you were responsible for. Some other helpful tips: always, always, always avoid unprofessional language. In addition, you should try to keep your letter length to about a page. Focus on your strongest and most relevant qualifications. Elaborate on those great points in your resume. Provide evidence of your qualifications. Always proofread carefully for grammatical and typographical errors. Again, you can always get it reviewed by Career Services, or another helpful tip is to have someone else read it for you or read it aloud. I also like to copy and paste it into Google Translate and let it speak for me, so that way you can hear the errors. Additionally, don't worry about short breaks in work experience. It shouldn't hurt your chances. Just be ready to talk about what you did, whether you volunteered, participated in faith-based activities such as a mission, or you had family-related responsibilities. And that is all we have for you today. Again, feel free to reach out to us on Handshake. We can also be reached by email at career@brockport.edu or by telephone at 585-395-2159. Good luck, and remember, as always, we're here to help.